Hi, this is Daniel Ryan from Star Bright Village here in Odessa, and this is December 8th, 2015, and this is Odessa After Dark. In this episode of Odessa After Dark, Stephanie Cook looks into the strange disappearance of Jackie Salazar, who's been missing since August 11th. We don't know if she left town willingly or if foul play is suspected. And then, Zoe Alvarado continues our segment, Interesting Finds That You Can Buy at the Briar Patch on East 8th Street. And we finish this segment with an interview with Joe Philly Anderson, rap star and now recording engineer at Royalty Records.
Stephanie Cook here with Odessa After Dark. I am covering a story on Jackie Salazar, who has been missing for over 100 days. Standing here in the 500 block of Monahans in Odessa, Texas, the last known address for Jackie Salazar. Jacayla was last seen August 11, 2015, on the south side of Odessa, Texas, around 1 p.m. She was reported missing August 19, 2015, by family. No one has seen nor heard from her since. Jackie Salazar's mother, sister, and children are very concerned about her whereabouts and her well-being. June 21st, 2015, she was arrested for failure to ID. She has since failed to appear for her court dates, so there has been a warrant issued for her arrest. Jackie is 25 years old, 135 pounds, and stands 5 feet 4 inches. She is very active on social media. She loves the club scene and enjoys music as well. So we are reaching out to her Facebook friends, the community. If you have anything, any information on her last whereabouts, please contact Odessa Crime Stoppers, where you can remain anonymous.
This is Zoe Alvarado, and this is Odessa After Dark, with unique treasures that you can buy. I'm with Diana Hamilton at the Briar Patch. Now, Diana, can you show us what wonderful pieces you have for us today?
We've got a couple of prints here. They're from the Book of Historical Costumes. The book was written by the Paquette brothers. It's dated back in 1868, and it was a French book. These are available here at the Briar Patch. They run $50 each.
What exactly are these costumes?
These are going to be the attire that the aristocrats wore back in the late 1700s. You can see how fancy they are when they get dressed up, and just for their outings, lots of colors. So this is just a little bit of the Asian treasures that you can find here at the Briar Patch.
So are there any upcoming events for the Briar Patch?
Yes, actually we have our holiday open house coming up December 12th from 12 to 4. Vendors have 30% off their items throughout this week, and you can stop by the open house and see what other sales are on throughout the store.
It's been a long 4 years since we came back here, but it was wonderful working with you again, and we appreciate you having us.
Oh, thanks for seeing us.
Thank you.
Hi, this is Daniel Ryan with Odessa After Dark, and I'm here with Joe Philly Anderson of Royalty Recording. So you do recording, engineering, and arranging here at Royalty. So I mean, as a child, did you grow up, oh, I want to be around music? Or, I mean, what were your dreams? How did you wind up in this?
I grew up in Orange County, California. A lot of people around me were singing, rapping, break dancing, you know, and the music culture was pretty heavy over there, you know. So I decided that I got a computer. You know, it was Windows 3.1, and had a program on there. It was called Sound Blaster 16. It was all it was just a wave. I think there was like 6 tracks on there or something like that, and so I'd take little beats and buy all the tapes. There wasn't even CDs at the time, and I'd play from my tape player, and I'd get as many instrumentals as I could from. I'd buy singles, and I'd get as many instrumentals. There was no internet, so then I would mix beats up, and I'd try to chop them up and mix them and stuff like that. And my buddy, he was a DJ, so we started messing around, and he was just a beginning DJ, He had 2 little turntables. They were vinyl, and so we'd go back and forth with the computer and run that in, and there was a line in, a little, 1/8" line in, but we would record it, and I'd try to make it sound as good as it could, with the little effects that they had on there. And so that's kind of how it came about, and I'd rap and try to sing and do all that. So that's pretty much how it came about. And there were people around, and at the time we had pagers, so we'd leave our songs on our pagers. So when people would call, they would hear our songs, so that's what kind of the thing was at the time. So everybody would call the pager, and your pager would start blowing up, and you're like, all right, cool, they're listening to the song. All right, people kept calling and calling.
So they'd call just to hear the song?
They'd call just to hear the song.
Well,
so we started making some songs, and, there was no CDs. It was tape, so, we would go and get all the, those little blank tapes, the Memorex tapes, and really just put the song or 2 on there that was ours, and we'd give them out.
So did you do any live shows, or was everything based on these tapes?
No, after the little pager and the song started growing, the little music that we would put out would grow, because there was no one that in the area at the time that would actually put music out, so that's how we got our music out, and then people would, they would record it onto their pagers, and the song just started growing, because they'll put it on their pagers, and everybody would start, like, that was the buzz. That's how we got our little buzz going. So the shows started when people started battle rapping, and battle dancing, so like we had a little break dancing crew, and we would put the cardboard out on the lawn, break dance, and do that stuff, right? We'd have little crowds and people come around and watch, and then like there was like little teen clubs that they had. One was called Bounce, another one was called Boogie. There was little teen clubs, and we'll go there and then we'll break dance and battle, and and then people started battle rapping. That grew into us starting our own. There was this restaurant, it was a taco shop. It was called Taco Mesa. It was on Main Street in Santa Ana. And this was around the same time. We were in high school at that time, but we approached the owner of the taco shop to see if we could have host some, freestyle battle. And our idea that we came up with was it was going to be a dinner show. So they had
eat a taco and watch a battle.
Yes, exactly. So yeah, exactly.
Musical theater for rappers.
We're crazy. We were like, all right, we're gonna do this. This is what we're gonna do. They got medieval times.
Yes.
They had Wild Bills, which was a western. Right in our area. So that's where people will go to, and they'll eat and they'll watch the show. Right. So we're like, all right, cool. So we got our DJ. We got our microphones. And we started setting up battle raps, while people would eat. So they would pay a certain price. They'll get in. That would give them free admission into the competition as well. And they'll get, a couple tacos and drink. So, and it was all ages, So, man, it just blew up. It was packed. There was lines around the building. It was just super packed. I remember taco shop only held like 60 people, you know, and there was like 400 or 500 people out front trying to get into this thing, right? The owner's tripping, like, what's going on? You know, kids everywhere. It was a Friday night. We'd do it 2 Fridays a month. That kind of turned into a big stage of we're able to get our music out there, you know. So at that time, CDs just came out, and my buddy, he had gotten hold of some external CD burner, you know.
I mean, that's fancy back in that time.
It was super. It just came, like, it was the state of the art, you know, like, it was crazy. So he came up on this CD recorder, so we're like, we're going to have the first CD of anybody, you know, like, our own CD, you know. It was burned, but, so we plugged the audio in and recorded directly into the CD burner, you know. So my brother-in-law, he owned a sound company called Trinity, TSC, Trinity Sound Company. And it was like the first like major studio in, you know, Orange County, San Bernardino, that whole Southern California area outside of LA that was like super on point, you know. He did like Disneyland, Knott's Berry Farm, he did all the live stuff, and then he opened a studio and built a real nice studio. Then he started making amps and manufacturing sound products, you know. So he gave us a break. So we went in there and recorded, and so we had the hot CD out, you know, like it was everywhere. After that, I actually went into the Marine Corps, and I started a group called Castlevania, which was it was a bunch of battle rappers, right? So, and it's a little different from, you know, your average rapper that wrote, and these are people that get on stage and just freestyle about you and smash you, right? You know, right, you know, on stage.
Literally smash you?
Just verbally smash you right on stage, you know, like. So we built up there were 6 of them, you know, and they were all the top best battle rappers, you know. So the whole Castlevania theme was like, you know, like Castlevania, like that. It's like the Dracula, you know, monsters and stuff like that. So they were all like, you know, they were rapping about stuff like, you know, verbally just slaughtering you, you know. We released an album called The Battle Angels, Castlevania, The Battle Angels. We got nominated at the San Diego Music Awards. And Jason Mraz was there, like he was nominated. No one knew who he was. No one knew who we were. Jewel at the time, she was there. POD, you know, and these were all people that were unknown. You know, it was just a local, you know, like a local.
Like if we had little awards here.
If you had an awards, ceremony, a local award ceremony, that's what it was. And people would submit their music to Slam Magazine. They're the ones that put it on, submit our music. We ended up winning, you know. We won Best Hip Hop Group. And then, you know, we started getting calls.
Would you say, as far as music, rap's your first love?
That's what I started, like, actually listening to, yeah. I mean, of course, I grew up listening to oldies and funk and disco and, you know, everything that the parents listened to, you know, but, you know, then, of course, in California, we had a big funk, you know, movement and stuff like that, old school, and then, you know, and then, yeah, that's the route that caught my attention the most, you know, because of the movement and just because of, like, you know, how it, just seeing it grow, you know, and being a part of actually what happened with it, you know.
Well, how long have you now been in Midland?
I've been here for 3 years.
And then how did you get associated with royalty?
Well, when I got to Midland, the business was established. KL, you know, you met him. He had established Royalty and Hated Entertainment, which was the record label outside. Royalty, everything was cool. When I came in, he was doing a lot of photography stuff, especially in the clubs. You know, he was heavy in the club doing club photography and then like models and stuff like that. And the music. I mean, Genius was back doing the beats, doing the music, doing the production. You know, then I came here. I actually met KL through my nephew Zay, which he met him before I even got out here. You know, and then he introduced me. And then Ice Mike, which is the other person that you met. You know, I had known him for a little while before that as well, and he recorded here. But he actually had a lot to do with the operations of the business. So when I got here and I started getting it in and getting into the program and show, you know, they're like, hey, wow, this guy's got a real good ear, he's got a good sound, and so you know, KO stepped back from the business and just kind of passed it to me, you know, cause he's also doing a lot of other business as well, so. He does his thing. I'm pretty much running the studio, do all the operations, engineering, booking, stuff like that. You know, summer of 2013. Yeah, that we did a lot of things. You know, we released a couple albums, a couple projects. Had a lot of. It was real busy in here.
So, has there anybody ever walked in that's just been so amazing that you just like have that moment like?
Yeah. There's been those moments as well. You know, I like to work with talented people more. We're not a record label, so there's people that I take under my wing that I want to get seen, and that I actually put a lot of extra effort behind the scenes and effort into marketing them and getting them out there, you know, as well. So. You know, I can definitely see talent when it's there, it's staring me in the face, and I can see that, you know, or even if they're hungry, you know, there's people that have a real big drive that aren't that well, but they're easy to work with that could get there, you know, like they have a lot of potential, you know, and I try to give a lot of people that opportunity, you know, to shine as well.
Okay, so if somebody wants to come here and to find out if they've got talent or have always wanted to record, how would they get in touch with you?
Well, they can hit me on Facebook. No, that's easy.
Under Joe Philly Anderson.
JoePhilly Anderson with an E-N. Or they can call me 432-222-4Joe.
Did you really do that on purpose?
It's 4563. Yes, I really did it on purpose.
Yeah, okay. So 222-4Joe.
It's my phone number.
Okay.
You know, so you want to get a hold of me, it's pretty easy to remember. You should never lose it. You know, you should never have an excuse.
The first time somebody gets in jail and can't think of who to call because everybody has all the numbers memorized or put on their phone now instead of memorized, they're going to remember 222-4Joe. So you're going to get this collect call in the middle of the night saying, please.
Well, I don't get phone collect calls, so I'm not really worried about it.
Okay, well.
I don't accept those things. And if it's an unknown call, I probably won't answer it.
But don't try that.
Okay. That's funny, though. Yeah. It's a real easy number to remember.
It is.
Just don't call me when you're in jail. Got nothing for you, bruh.
So if you ever want to have a conversation as far as rap music or ever wanted to record or just would like to be a producer and help somebody out who does want to record, get in touch with Joe here. Thank you so much for sitting down and talking with us today.